Every year, millions of Americans are turned down for mortgages, car loans, and credit cards. Not because they're bad people, but because no one ever taught them how the system works. Today, that changes. Your credit score is a three-digit number that controls more of your life than you might realize. It determines the interest rate on your mortgage, whether you can rent an apartment, and sometimes whether you can even get a job. But here's what most people don't know. Credit is a game with rules, and once you learn the rules, you can win. There are three major credit bureaus: Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. Each one builds a separate credit report on you based on information they receive from lenders, credit card companies, and collection agencies. The most widely used scoring model is FICO, developed by the Fair Isaac Corporation, which runs on a scale from 300 to 850. A score below 580 is considered poor, 580 to 669 is fair, 670 to 739 is good, 740 to 799 is very good, and 800 and above is exceptional. The difference between a poor score and an exceptional score can mean tens of thousands of dollars in extra interest payments over the course of a lifetime. Your credit report is broken down into 5 categories, each carrying a specific weight in your overall score. Payment history makes up 35% of your score, the single biggest factor. This tracks whether you've paid your bills on time. One late payment can drop your score by 50 to 100 points, and the more recent the missed payment, the worse the damage. Credit utilization is the next biggest factor at 30%. This is the ratio of how much credit you're using compared to your total available credit. If you have a $10,000 credit limit and you're carrying a $5,000 balance, your utilization is 50%, and that's hurting you. Experts recommend keeping utilization below 30% and ideally below 10%. Length of credit history accounts for 15%. This rewards people who have had accounts open for a long time. That's why closing old credit cards, even ones you don't use, can actually hurt your score. Credit mix contributes 10%. Lenders want to see that you can handle different types of credit: revolving credit like credit cards, and installment loans like auto loans or mortgages. And finally, new credit makes up the remaining 10%. Every time you apply for credit, a hard inquiry appears on your report, which can temporarily drop your score by a few points. So what happens when debt starts to spiral? The chain reaction is brutal. You miss a payment because cash is tight, your score drops. Now your existing credit cards raise your interest rate due to the penalty APR, sometimes as high as 29.99%. You're paying more in interest, leaving less money for your actual balance. You miss another payment, your score drops further, and suddenly you're in a debt death spiral. Collections are another credit killer. When an account goes 120 to 180 days past due, the original creditor typically sells it to a collection agency. This creates a collection account on your credit report, and a collection account stays there for 7 years from the date of the original delinquency. It can drop your score by 100 points or more. Bankruptcy is the nuclear option. A Chapter 7 bankruptcy stays on your report for 10 years. A Chapter 13 stays for 7. But here's the thing about bankruptcy. Sometimes it's the most financially responsible decision a person can make, because it stops the spiral and gives you a fresh start. Now for the good news. Credit repair is real, it's legal, and it works. Let's walk through the actual strategy. Step 1. Get your free credit reports. You're entitled to one free report from each of the 3 bureaus every 12 months. Pull all 3 and compare them side by side. Step 2. Hunt for errors. Studies show that roughly 1 in 5 credit reports contains a significant error. Look for accounts that aren't yours, incorrect personal information, payments marked late that were actually on time, and balances that don't match your records. Step 3. Dispute every error. Under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, you have the legal right to dispute inaccurate information. Write a formal dispute letter to each bureau reporting the error. Include copies of any supporting documentation. The bureau has 30 days to investigate and respond. If they can't verify the information, they must remove it. Step 4. Attack your utilization. If you have available credit, but you're carrying high balances, paying those balances down is the fastest single thing you can do to improve your score. You can sometimes see a 40 to 80 point jump within just one billing cycle. Step 5. Never miss a payment again. Set up auto pay for at least the minimum on every account. The minimum payment is not ideal long term, but missing a payment is catastrophically worse than paying a minimum. Protect your payment history at all costs. Step 6. If your accounts are in collections, consider the strategy of pay for delete. Some collection agencies will agree to remove the collection account from your report if you pay the debt in full. Get this agreement in writing before you pay a single dollar. Now let's talk about getting out of debt, because repairing your credit and eliminating debt go hand in hand. The debt avalanche method has you paying minimum payments on all your debts and throwing every extra dollar at the debt with the highest interest rate first. Mathematically, this saves you the most money. The debt snowball method has you paying off your smallest balance first, regardless of interest rate. It's not the cheapest math, but it creates psychological wins that keep people motivated. Studies show people who use the snowball method are more likely to pay off all their debt. One powerful strategy that many people overlook, the balance transfer. If you have good enough credit, even a fair score, you may qualify for a 0% APR balance transfer card. Moving high-interest credit card debt to a 0% card and paying it down aggressively during the promotional period can save hundreds or even thousands of dollars in interest. Here's the truth about time. With consistent effort, a 580 score can become a 700 in 12 months. A 620 can become a 750 in 18 months. The system is designed to reward consistency. Open a secured credit card if you're starting from zero. Put one small recurring charge on it, like a streaming subscription, and set it to auto pay. Never carry a balance. In 6 months, you'll have a positive payment history starting to build. Become an authorized user on a trusted family member's or friend's account. Their positive history can be added to your report, giving your score an instant boost. And remember, you don't need a perfect score, you just need a good one. A 750 gets you essentially the same rates as an 800. Focus on steady progress, not perfection. Credit repair isn't a secret, it's a system, and now you know it. If this video helped you understand your credit and your path forward, hit that subscribe button, because every week we drop lessons just like this one. Your financial comeback starts today.